Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. It's a couple of days after 9/11 celebration. Remembrance, 20-year anniversary, and I was sitting up there yesterday, and I was thinking. After I watched the football games, I was just really thinking, and I came up with a solution. Not a solution, but I came up with some answers that I was trying to figure out. This country. And I love this country. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I wouldn't want to live in France. I wouldn't want to live in England. I wouldn't want to live in New Zealand or any other place. Australia. Nothing to say nothing wrong with them countries, but America to me, it's always been good to me. Man, I've been the greatest places to live sometimes, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I wouldn't want to live in Mogadishu or someplace like that. But I'm just saying, I came to a conclusion that this country is the greatest country in the world. That's why people are trying to destroy it. That's why people on the inside is trying to destroy it. Because we have so much. And everybody's just tearing this apart. Let me put it to you this way. Our political system is all right. I mean, it's all right. You do have, if you got the right connections and know what you're doing, you can get your voice heard. Or if you don't, you have any connections or don't know what you're doing, you ain't gonna be heard. You're just gonna be the silent minority of what they say. But I'm just saying, we got to stop this tearing this country apart. I mean, we are tearing this country apart. Forget the foreign terrorists. We got them, but we got over 1 million Americans right now on a watch list. On a watch list. 1 million Americans. Because they are considered subversives or possible enemies of the state. I mean, it's just crazy. These politicians are the ones that's causing all this strife. You get up there and you see what they do. These elections come and they just tear into each other. I mean, it's scary. That's why I'm an independent. That's why I don't consider myself a Democrat. I don't consider myself a Republican, because I don't want to be affiliated with them parties, because you just listen to the bull, I almost said shit, that they be saying about each other. Even in the smaller local elections now, and I mean, it is so bad. I be about ready to cry, because this is not democracy. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me get to what I want to say. Some stuff going to happen pretty soon. And a lot of people out there screaming, hey, it's 1776. Really? I ain't got no horse and buggy. But I'm going to tell you what it is. It's 1862. Figure that one out. Yeah, don't scream up there and sit up there and say it's 1776. It's not 1776. You don't want to go back to 1776. 1776, we were fighting a foreign power. Foreign power. 1862, they were fighting among themselves, domestic. So which is it? Maybe I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. We're opponents, not adversaries. But everybody wants to be an adversary now. Everybody wants to do things to somebody that's not right. It's just crazy. Let me give you a perfect example. It's all political. It's all political. I mean, we're just pawns in this long game that they playing. They figure you run up there, you do what you do, and you end up in jail. I'm going to sit at home and watch it all unfold like I did last time on TV, because I'm not that stupid. Not to say that you're stupid for wanting to be heard. You're stupid for doing it the wrong way. That's not being heard. Yep. So anyway, I see where the president is doing more political stuff that you don't see, that you don't really hear about. It was 18 appointees that was appointed by the last President Trump, the last president, to the boards of these military schools. 18 Trump appointees. I didn't even know they had political people on military boards. I'm talking about they were on the advisory board of the Air Force Academy, the Naval Academy, and West Point. There was 6 of them on each board. Biden either told them they had to resign or terminated their position, and they did. So they gone. 18 political people in military positions, which is not a good thing to have. I don't care who is in charge, which party's in charge. I don't think the military and the political people should be neck and neck and hand in hand running around talking, we all in this together. That is crazy. You don't put political people in military positions like that on the boards where they make decisions about who's going to be our future leaders in our military academies. Well, that's crazy. I just look at that. I say, and I bet nobody even knows. 18 of them, they all gone. Now I'm just wondering if he's going to put 18 of his in. I'm just saying. And then another thing, let me tell you how screwed up it all is. Like I say, I don't believe in taking up arms against my own country. I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I'm just saying, I don't want nobody else to do it either. I mean, we don't agree with the government sometimes, and I don't agree with a lot of stuff they do to the government because that's the way I was brought up. I was brought up in the 60s, and being who I am, we had a lot of problems with the government. Just like we have a lot of problems with the police, but I believe in the police. I don't believe in everything that they do, and I believe that there are a lot of bad ones out there, a lot of bad ones. But I'd rather have the good ones out there fighting for me than having no police at all. But a lot of people want to defund the police. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, let me get back to this point, what I'm talking about. See, back in the 50s and the 60s, we had this thing, remember the civil defense people? We had air raid shelters and bomb shelters and all that stuff, fallout shelters. And then all of a sudden, you can't even find them anywhere. They took all the signs off the wall like the 50s and the 60s never happened. Like we were never under a threat from nuclear war. They just gone. And people like me talk about it, kids and stuff like now, they look at me like, right, sure. But now, they don't know that they under a threat every day from that same situation. And now, we're under a threat from the weather, even more, climate change. And I see, the point I'm trying to make is, we got a big test that's coming up, I would say, that we need to do something about all these disasters that's coming up. We might not be able to stop them, but we should be able to be there for the people that need our help. And FEMA is not the answer. FEMA, good idea, but it's being run the wrong way, and it's not big enough. Now, I see where the government wants to start a civilian climate corps, kind of like the civil defense used to be. They want to get a civilian climate corps, and they want to be able to go to these places when disasters happen. You know what I mean? They just gonna be geared for that. It's gonna probably had to be at least 1 million people involved in this, because anything less than 1 million people, it won't work, because you got a big country. You got to be able to send 5,000-6,000 people to someplace in a minute. Skilled people. People that could get things done, not just throw money at it, but need to get things done. You need a whole medical corps. You need a whole a army of engineer corps. I mean, but that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get this together. And they want to throw this in with the $3.5 trillion bill. So of course, the two parties are fighting now because it wasn't their idea. One party mad because they didn't come up with the idea. The other party mad because they don't want to pay for the idea. It's just crazy. But this is something that the people need. Everybody knew. I knew. I mean, I'm not even in politics. Everybody know that FEMA sucks. It's not. FEMA's nothing but a bank, basically. I said in one of my other videos that when things come bad, come push to shove and go bad, that FEMA probably would enlist the help of militias to control the people because they don't have enough people to do it. They don't have enough people or clout to do it. So they're going to probably do whatever. This is what SHTF happened. I did that one of all the videos. You got to watch it. But what I'm saying is, why are we always fighting? Then they get up there and scream and holler and cry, talking about we just can't get along. Why don't we get together? Why don't we all pull this country together? Politics. Politics. You know, they got this country so divided, told so many lies on both sides that we can never be back together as a country like that. This is the new norm. This is what you're going to always have until somebody figure it out. I figured it out a long time ago. This is what you're going to always have because they done instilled in us the how could I say, let's see, we can't trust them, basically. I can't think of the right word to say because it's not other than saying a swear word. We can't trust the government, either side, no matter who's in power. Don't now see you saying, but I say I love my government. I do love my government, but they done got into my brain, and I've been brainwashed that both sides lie, both sides steal. You see what I'm saying? And when you go to the polls, you got to vote for the worst of two evils. Well, we always got to vote for the worst of two evils. That's what I'm saying. See, you know, like I say, I'm going to probably have to fight to get this video passed through again, like I do all my videos, because I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. They're not listening to what I'm saying because they just think I'm a militant. I'm not a militant. I'm just speaking my mind. You know, I'm just saying what I believe, and it's true. It's this political game. It's a game that they playing. And they do anything and say anything to get elected. It's not about the money. They gonna make the money. They know money is there. It's all about power. You know. See, people say, well, it's the president's fault. It's the president's fault. Let me tell you, how many presidents that we have? Presidents are only there for a maximum of 8 years. They just the front man. It's like of a rock band. You know what I mean? Like David Lee Roth. You know, it's just the front man. Then they replace him. Have somebody else come in, you know what I mean? But the band plays on. It's the front man. You know, it's always another one. And that's what the presidents are. That's the front man, you know. Because it's the deep state, the 40, 50-year-old politicians that's in charge of this country. You know, like I said, you look at them, the Schumer's and the Pelosi's and the McConnell's, you know, that's all of them out there, the Bidens, because he's a 40, 50-year politician, career politicians, you know. And that's what is the problem, you know. They don't have to produce. Basically, like if you was on a job, you had to produce or they'll replace you. But then you get there, and you got old guys, you got the custodian that been there for 40 years, and you watch him walk around the building with just a broom in his hand and not producing anything, and then you wonder, what's the deal? But see, that's how it is with these politicians. They like custodians walking around the building with a broom. They don't have to produce anything because they've been there so long. Yeah. Maybe I'm ranting, but I'm not trying to rant. What I'm just saying is they playing this political game. You know, they putting people in the positions that scares me. You know what I mean? Politicians on military boards and of our academies is not a good thing. That's just scary. You know what I mean? That's just scary. And then not wanting the people to have a way to have somebody come and help them, like this Climate Control Corps. But I don't know. We had the Peace Corps, which was strictly volunteer. Remember Peace Corps? A lot of people don't remember the Peace Corps. But this is basically what it is. But we're going to have people getting paid to help. And that's what we need. We need something that's going to help the people. You know what the problems are. You have them on standby during the fire season out there in Oregon, California, and Washington State. You have them on standby down in the coastal area around Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi and Florida. You know where the hot spots are in the Northeast. You have them on standby in Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan. Because you know where the spots are. You know, every year these places get hit with this. These places get hit with this. It don't take a rocket science to figure out where you're going to need these people. You see what I'm saying? But they wait, they wait, and they wait, and they wait. And then they sit up there and they watch people suffer. And it's like a game to them, and they laugh. I know they sitting up there right now drinking their coffee or Moroso or whatever they drinking. And they just sit up there, oh, we got to do something for the poor people. And I hear one of them in the background probably saying, "Little me cake." All right, then. Look, I just wanted to make this because it was weighing heavy on my mind. And like I said, I figured it out. They don't want to help the people. They they care less about the people. It's a game to them. They just want credit for stuff. You see what I'm saying? And then they want to control stuff. And they putting people in positions to make sure that control never leave. And that's what I'm saying. And like I say, then you got other people that's not even in the government that's trying to control us. I don't know. Like I say, this is more like not 1776. It's more like 1862. All right, then. I know I'm going to lose some subscribers, but that's the way I feel, you know, because you don't know what you're doing. You know, you might know what you're doing, but you're not doing it right. And I'm in Ohio, and there's a lot of us in Ohio that went down there, and a lot of us in Ohio that's been tagged and flagged, and it's in court right now fighting for their freedom because they got misled. Don't be misled. Use your brain. Don't be misled. All right. Thank you, YouTube.